All right, welcome back, everybody. Today I got a special guest, Sean Elias from Shulex VOC. He's going to walk you through one of the coolest new tools right now for Amazon sellers. It's powered by AI. He's going to show you ways how to get negative reviews removed. He's going to go super deep into market insights. So this is, this tool it goes a lot deeper than some of the other tools out there, including talking about sales of your product variations as well. So welcome, Sean. How are you today?
Thank you. Doing great, Gary. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have you. And for those of you guys that don't know Shulex VOC AI, it's like one of the secret weapons. I remember we were hosting with our Seven Figure Sellers Summit a live AI hacks competition last year, and one of the winners, Ritu Java, she actually broke the news about Shulex, and she won the hacks contest using this. And at that time, it was very little known. So I really wanted to highlight Shulex today and bring in Sean. He's an expert. He's like the partnerships manager at Shulex, and he's going to walk you through three key things today: the negative review, removal assistant, market analysis, review analysis, and we'll have some more information at the end how you can find this out. If you want to check this out yourself, the link is below in the YouTube video description. We'll hook you up with a free trial and also some money off. So for sellers watching today, like Sean, why should sellers use Shulex?
Yeah, right now, the best other software has is a lightweight analysis of reviews, maybe a little analysis on the market research and stuff. Shulex VSC allows you to go deep, and it gives you so much data from the reviews, organized visually, nicely, that you can be confident on what it is you're finding out from customer avatars, from best-selling variations. And as of 2 months ago, the negative review assistant, there's nothing out there like it right now. People are doing it manually, trying to download the reviews. And currently the review downloaders out there, they don't go as far back. I haven't found one that goes further back than Shulex VOC. And as we know as sellers, if you can go back 5, 10, 15 years and find those negative reviews and submit them to Amazon to get them removed, there's a good chance you can get them removed.
Mm.
Amazon shut down their endpoint, so it's made it very hard for a lot of tools out there to go back more than 2 years. But Shulex VOC claims to be able to go back up to 2020, with reviews being able to go back beyond that, but with less confidence. I think other tools out there, they tend to go back maybe 6 months. I think at most 2 years.
Mm. Right. So you can go farther back. You can possibly get more
Yeah.
negative reviews removed. And also it's powered by AI. So it's less manual work. You don't have to manually do all that stuff. So I'm super excited. Sean's going to give
Yeah.
you an over the shoulder walkthrough how to do this yourself. Right. So literally you can follow along. And the link is below in the description if you guys do want to follow along. All right. So Sean, without further ado, would you like to share your screen and we'll get the show started?
100%. So yeah, this is Shulex VOC's website. Go ahead, create a free trial account and download the Chrome extension. When you do that, you can wander over to Amazon, type in your hero keyword or your product or your brand, and then you'll get this review analysis overlay here, which you can do an analysis straight from the web page if you want. Now, every product I select here, I'm just going to be telling Shulex VOC to download and analyze those reviews. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and click into this product here. And it just obviously opens up the product itself. And you get this field overlay. So based on this, what I'm finding out is it's got 503 ratings. And Shulex VOC is telling me 156 of those ratings are reviews. Now, reviews are written, right? Ratings are purely just star hits. So I could do an analysis directly on the page here if I wanted to. And it's going to let me know the customer profile, pros, cons, usage scenario, all that sort of stuff. And that's going to be good if you want to do a light level, a light, deep dive into what the reviews are saying. It takes maybe a minute to load at most. But let's say this product here, it's got a 4.4 star rating, right? And this is very crucial for anyone who's nearing the 4.0 marker, because we found out that as soon as a rating goes from 4 stars to 3.9 stars, it instantly loses around 20% recurring monthly revenue. So what we want to start on here is let's start on the negative review analysis and assistant for removing these negative reviews. We go ahead, copy the ASIN, and we can go over to the negative review detector here inside of the web app. Okay, you enter in the ASIN in here, you run an analysis, and it saves all your historic analyses in this report list here. Once you've done that, you can click into it. It's just going to open up a report, and you can see, okay, how many of the reviews are compliant, right? How many of them are non-compliant? It lets you know this is uncompliant based on shipping, and this one is due to private information that it discovered, right? So look, train wreck looks like she and Timu had a baby, right? We definitely got some policy violations here within this review. And then it gives you an appeal template to be able to get this removed. So if you do this, I was doing it for a client 2 weeks ago, a face product for beauty. They had 80 reviews they could remove, and they were at 4 stars. So they were on borderline. But if they got those 80 reviews removed, we anticipated they were going to go back up to around 4.4. That's not only going to increase their sales, but it's going to stop them from hitting that 3.9 star marker, which would be devastating to their monthly revenue, which was reaching near $1 million a month, and that was just in 3 months. But go ahead,
It
copy this
improves your
appeal
conversion
template.
rate as well, right? I mean, if you drop
Yeah.
below, 4 stars, just like, social proof, like visually when I'm shopping on Amazon, if it's like less than 4, it looks like 3.5 stars,
Mhm.
I look for something better immediately, right? So
Yeah.
if you can get those removed,
100%.
bump it back up when you're north of 4 stars, then I think that definitely, I mean, that just makes everything easier, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally, totally. And then, it's to increase the chances of you getting these reviews removed. You want to put the details in there for Amazon's customer service reps to make it easy for them, because very easily they will reject your appeal to get a review removed, which is why this template here automatically imports the ASIN, asks for your seller ID. It's not needed seller ID, but it does make the job easier for the Amazon rep, which again will increase the likelihood of it getting removed. And then it imports the review date and the review author and all this other important information. Okay. So instead of you having to manually type something out, just copy this appeal template, makes it easier for the Amazon service rep to go ahead and investigate it and then remove it. Most reviews that get submitted, we see can get taken down within a matter of a few days. Some reviews it takes a week to 2 weeks, and 3 attempts, up to around 3 attempts to get it removed. If after 3 attempts you can't get it removed, then it's probably very borderline, and it's probably time to move on to another review. But what
Do
sellers
you
are
have
currently
like
in
a ballpark,
agencies
like a success rate that you guys are seeing to get
still
reviews?
be, still being analyzed around with this graph here, with this pie chart. When you're removing the ones that it says are violations, currently around a 75 to 80% chance that they're getting removed. We're refining the algorithm of the AI, and soon there'll be a percentage chance that it will get removed. But as of right now, it's saving a lot of time. Agencies and brands are focusing, and sellers are focusing on removing the ones that this chart says are violations.
Right.
And then they're doing maybe a light manual scrub of these compliant ones just to make sure that AI hasn't accidentally missed anything.
Yeah.
But usually it's doing a good job, and it's ever evolving. So it's always getting better.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
Let's keep
And then, of
going.
course, you can see the review trends. Yeah.
Yep.
Going into the next one, let's let's go into market analysis, actually. Let's do market analysis in here. So what we want to do here is we can either start from Amazon or from the search box. So we can type in electric lunchbox. And just like we saw on the Amazon web page, it's going to pull up a list of products. Now, the more ASINs we select, the more data it's going to have to analyze, and the more confident we can be on the results that we are seeing. As soon as I click analyze, it's going to organize all the information into different graphs. I've already done this here for time's sake. It takes around a minute to load. And for the electric lunchbox, it's going to pull up something that looks like this. So what we can see here at the top is the attribute ratio. So how many sellers are selling the color blue based on the 28 ASINs we selected? And these 28 ASINs were the top 28 ASINs appearing organically for the hero keyword electric lunchbox. So 25% of those products are the color blue, or sellers selling the color blue, followed by 21% gray and 11% green. So now that we see that blue is the most sold, followed by gray, followed by green, if we're a seller or agency looking to maybe break into this market or brand, how can we decide which one is the best one to start with if we were going to start with one and cherry pick one? Well, we can see the sales trend based on attribute here in this graph. We can see that, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, gray and blue were just absolutely killing it. Green was barely on the market here. But then we see green starting to enter into the market here. And then we see, okay, it looks like gray and blue are maybe selling the best, but no, green, as of most recently, just keeps increasing in sales. So based on this, we can see that green is the least competitive of the three, but is now making the most sales. So if we were to enter into this market, we might want to consider starting with a green, high sales, lower competition, right? But it doesn't
Sean, can I
stop
just
there.
ask a quick
Yeah,
question? Sorry to interrupt. I just want to make
of
sure
course.
we understand this properly. So on that, the bar graph that you had on the top with the different colors, it looks like
Yeah,
so blue is around 25%, gray is about like
yeah,
22, green is about what, like maybe 13, 11%.
yeah.
And then when you go down to the sales trend by attribute, I mean, this is super useful if you're a seller that is considering, you're doing like your research and you're considering entering this niche, but you see there's like 6 color variations. You're not sure which color to launch first. Like traditionally, like we would have to like guesstimate or maybe just launch all 6. But, usually you find, at least in my experience, the 80/20 rule, like out of like, 10 colors, 2 are going to generate the lion's share of the sales, like, the hero, right? So this helps to take the guesswork out of that. So, Sean, I'm just trying to understand, how do I see that green is like the top seller? Because here, like, isn't isn't gray like on the bar chart? Isn't it ranked higher, like 25%?
See, it seems to spike. It seems to spike. So I'd say gray and green is, as of most recently, the best sellers. They're kind of taking it now. Gray, green.
Okay. So you're looking at
So yeah,
the sales trend by attribute graph. So in other words, you're looking at
yeah,
more recent data. And you can see green now is surpassing gray and blue. So green is selling 9,571 over gray at
yeah.
9,300 and blue 2,700. Right. Okay,
That's it.
cool, cool. Okay, cool. And also you can see the pie chart, the pie graph on the right column as well. Gray sales ratio by attribute, like gray there is like 31%
Yeah,
versus green. Okay. But there it looks like Ray is still on top, right?
yeah. This is more of the lifetime, more of the
Lifetime.
lifetime of sales. Yeah, based on
Okay,
this
so
here
that's
graph,
nice.
like 2 year
Okay. So you
period.
can see in
Yeah,
this niche, it's actually changing, right? Like lifetime,
yeah,
historically gray is on top, but now green is maybe green is trending. Maybe there's like some new like fashion trend or something,
yeah.
towards that. So I mean, this is a good way to go deeper into the market insights. I don't see other tools doing that, guys. So this could be something very useful to some of you that are trying to decide which color variation to go into. Like when like just quick side note, like one of the actually the first product I launched on Amazon, me and my partner at the time, it was like 2015. It was like Apple Watch bands. I think this is like a perfect like scenario, right? Like back then, like we launched Apple Watch bands right when Watch launched, like 2015. There was no like research tool out there yet, and then like we were trying to guess like which colors to order from the factory, right? And literally, I mean, there was nothing out there. So like I went to the factory, and then like we decided to order like 8 different colors, right? And then like just like 100 of this, 100 of that, and then at the end, like we had black, blue, green. We had the James Bond, the Omega, the striped one.
Nice.
And then we had like stars and stuff. And in the end, like the best seller was number one was green. It was like olive green, like the NATO strap. And number two was black. And all the others, it looked like that, right? Green and
Mhm.
black, and all the others were that. We're like, oh shoot, we gotta get rid of all the other colors, right? So if you had a tool like this
Brilliant.
today, right? What we have
Mhm.
with Shulex, it takes the guesswork out of that. So immediately you can save that time and effort. You can just like double down on that, right? Um, yeah. So
Yeah,
at least to me, that's where I see the value of this. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I guess just to wrap this feature up, it's AI is organized it into different categories. So you got is it BPA free? Most of them are. closure type, snap closure, manual closure. Which one's selling the most? You got snap closure and manual closure selling the most, but less sellers selling manual. So I'll probably do a green manual closure type. How many compartments? 2, 1, 4. Which one's selling the best? Well, 1 and 2 seem to be selling the best, but one's superseding 2 compartments at the minute. So now I'm going to do a green electric lunchbox manual closure type and 1 compartment. And yeah, just increases your chances, takes a lot of the guesswork out of it.
Excellent.
So yeah, I guess I'll leave it there for the market insights, and now we'll jump over to the review analysis, which is originally what this kind of was based on. Right, originally back in like 4 years ago, this started off as a review analysis software and has just gotten deeper and deeper ever since. So with the review analysis, again, you start it by typing in a keyword. We'll stay on the same product here, electric lunchbox. And now every product that I'm selecting here, as I mentioned near the beginning of this, it's going to download every single review for these products that I'm selecting here. So obviously, to be more confident in the data that you are seeing, you want to select products that are relevant to your brand or niche. Or if you're just doing this on your brand's products, you can type in your brand name or upload a list of ASINs. And when I hit analyze, it's going to start downloading and analyzing those reviews. Now, by default, it's going to be the previous 2 years of reviews, okay? But on enterprise or by email request, you can request to have it unlocked for historic review analysis. So it goes back 4 years. For some ASINs, it goes back beyond 4 years. So you can see it's starting to generate their report here. I will just go ahead and open up the report that I already generated before. And here we can see we analyzed 13 ASINs. Of these 13 ASINs over the last 2 years, it's been able to download and analyze 2,097 reviews. Again, reviews are written, they're not star ratings for the product.
How long
Yesterday, I
does
was
that
doing
take?
analysis for around 2,097 reviews. I want to say maybe 2 minutes. It's honestly not too long. We have reports that have over 45,000 reviews, and 45,000 reviews, it maybe takes 5 to 10 minutes. It's pretty fast. The only variable is if the software identifies that it hasn't recently downloaded the most recent reviews, it will go ahead and start downloading the most recent reviews. I believe at the minute it does it once a month, and they're increasing the frequency at which it downloads reviews for products.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's pretty insane because the old way of doing this, when I first started selling on Amazon, we didn't have anything. So we didn't have any AI powered tools like this. So I would literally, use one of the older tools. And I mean, I would literally be reading. I'm sorry, I wouldn't use the tool. I would just like read through all of the reviews, right? And try to like isolate like the 2, the 3, the 4-star reviews, copy and paste that into an Excel or Google sheet and try to like, rank it. Okay, this is the number 1 customer complaint. This is number 2, number 3, right? And that would take me like, half a day and like my eyes are all like, red and, from tired. And literally like this is going to do it in 2 minutes. I mean, that's insane, right? At the time that you're saving using this. So, Sean, please
Yeah,
walk us through this.
yeah, absolutely. So down here, we get insights into the customer profile, right? We can see who it's being bought for. And the number 1 customer avatar is people buying it for their husband, followed by son, followed by boyfriend. So instantly we can see it's a very male-dominated niche, the electric lunchbox. And then when they're using it, right, everyday lunch and at nighttime. And then as we hover over here, we can see the green and we can see red. The green represents the positive reviews, which are 4 to 5 stars, and then the red represents negative reviews. So straight away we can see that, okay, there's some improvement that we could probably do in terms of gift giving. That seems to be, of all these tags here, gift giving seems to have more red. What about where they're using it in the car? And now if we want to actually analyze, let's say, for example, every review that mentions car, we can go ahead and click on view detail here. This is just going to give us all the reviews that say something about the car. So if I scroll down here, we can see comes with 2 power cords for wall or car charging. Thankfully, I was there to catch it before it burned my car to the ground. So we can do deeper analysis and actually find all the reviews that mention something to do with the car and then find out how and why people are using it for the car. But instead of having to do that, we can go back here and then we can go down here. and see the usage scenario based on what's most popular. So we have 131 people using this for their work lunch, and then 78 reviews mentioning they're using it for keeping their lunch warm. And you can see here, if we have a look at this tag summary here, the lunch box is a great option for those who need to warm meals on the go, right? So a lot of these people are on the go. And before I scroll down, let me just go into more insights here, because more insights is actually going to show us what's the occupation of these people. And we can see the number one occupation here is truck driver and delivery drivers.
Wow.
So that's why it mentions on the go, right? And I wouldn't have known that unless I'd have done my research into the reviews, at least manually before finding or using a tool such as this or AI. So now I know who my customer avatar is. I can improve my images and maybe improve my copy to target those people. Let's continue going down here. Now we can see a more button here. Now, when I click on this, we're going to get more tags based on what the AI has identified from reviews, but we can see less reviews are supporting it. So 2 reviews mentioned something about compartmentalize the lunches, right? So they like how it like segments the lunches. But since it's only got 2 reviews, I may not put most of my energy in optimizing the listing to emphasize this. But I've got 7 image slots to utilize on Amazon. Depending on how many reviews I've got analyzed, I may go ahead and make a lifestyle image of showing how it benefits people, that they compartmentalize the lunches, the veg, the meats, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and this is super
Scrolling down,
useful. I mean, sorry to
mm,
interrupt, like with Rufus
yeah,
AI, right? I mean, going forward, Amazon is literally, I mean, Rufus
yeah,
Cosmo AI, they're going to scan the images. So if you don't have an image of a truck driver using this heated lunchbox, you're going to, could miss out on the Rufus recommendation. Is that right, Sean?
yep, yep. As far as the information I know, it's 100% correct.
Yeah.
It's all new stuff, but the sooner you can understand it and start applying what you know, the better. And
Yeah.
as my knowledge, that's 100% correct as well.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
So Sean,
Now,
if
yeah,
so,
go ahead.
sorry, I, one of the key things we're looking for when we're doing, going through the reviews is we're looking for like ways that we can improve upon this product, right? So where can we
Yeah.
see that? Like the biggest complaints that, or the top 2, the
Yeah.
top 3 complaints that, people have about this, so we can make our product
100%.
better.
Yeah. That's actually why sellers and brands and agencies love this for their clients, right? They can very easily see what's driving this niche and industry negative reviews and positive reviews. So we can see here that what's responsible for the 2 stars and the percentage of mentions, people leaving reviews, is due to durability problems, right? Lid and seal issues. And then we can go ahead and click into this and actually just see what some of these reviews look like why lid and seal issues. We can see here the clips that hold the lid broke off after the first time, lid doesn't fit well. And now it's highlighted in red because AI has identified this as a negative emotion written here. I could not get it to sit atop the compartment together without the lid popping open, right? So this allows us to, if we're sourcing from a manufacturer, we can reach out to them and get some more Q&A done based on these. We can also see a review trend here. So was this a issue, a year ago, 2 years ago, or is it now an issue with the new manufacturer that we maybe switched to because we're getting a better price? Maybe it was a bad decision to move to these guys because now we're getting more negative reviews to do with the lid. So that's where you can identify that information. And again, just to do a deeper dive, you click on any of these that you want to do a deeper analysis on and you can see it. But here it is summarized for us. And then below, we see it summarized just as in the table above. Durability problems is the number 1 issue in this niche with this product, followed by temperature maintenance and lid and seal issues. So
Okay,
yeah,
could I just
that's
let me just take 1 minute to go deeper on this. So
yeah,
customer sentiment, the number one negative feedback was durability problems, right? And then it says reasons for negative feedback. Customers have reported issues with the zipper and flap breaking easily, as well as the overall durability. Okay, so excuse me. In other words, we want to look at improving the zipper and flap. Okay. Number 2, temperature maintenance, 35%. Customers have reported issues with lunchbox not keeping food or cold or heating up meals too well. So the food is either getting too cold or too hot. And number three is lid and seal issues. Customers report issues with the dressing container not closing tightly and the closing brackets breaking, as well as difficulty with closing the box in general. Okay, so we want to analyze the closing mechanism to make sure it's sealing, the lid is sealing. And number four, there's also
Yeah.
leakage, right? Dressing cups not sealing properly. So leakage. Okay. So if I'm a seller, I mean, Sean, like brainstorm with me here. Like if we were working together,
Yeah.
we want to like, go head to head against this seller, the heated
Mhm.
lunchbox. What should we do to improve? I mean, based on this, the research we've done in literally like 2 minutes time, like what should we do?
Yeah. Well, we already know it's going to be green. We already know it's going to be manual closure. We'll
Yeah.
definitely make sure we're sourcing from a high quality manufacturer,
Mm,
maybe spend a little bit more on the clasps that is being used to close this lunchbox. So we can
mm,
maintain that high rating and those high,
mm.
which will equate to higher sales, right? As if we have 5 stars and our competitors have 4.3, 4.4 stars because their clasps are
Yeah.
breaking.
Yeah.
If people are looking at our competitors' product and then our product, they're going to be more comfortable going with ours.
Yeah. I like that. And also in the copywriting, I would highlight, these problems that, the other products are having because we know that Amazon shoppers, they're not stupid, right? And I mean, they're hopping onto that listing and this listing. So you can say, unlike other heated launch boxes, which have, problems with their zipper and flap and, the dressing spilling out everywhere, ours are like, ultra enforced and, leak proof, and we offer 100% guarantee. And then like we could even like in the images we can call out these problems as well, right? So like, for those people like most people like you, like me, like I don't spend too much time reading, I'm like more visual,
Mhm.
like put those in the
Yeah,
product lifestyle images as well, right? Like, the infographics. So really,
yeah,
I think that would really make a strong listing, in just like
yeah,
our like 2 minute, brainstorm, Sean.
yeah.
Yeah, I like where this is going. This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. Well, what's next?
Yeah, sure. You get AI summaries of each section underneath. So you don't have to read through each one. You can just scan this section here, right? You're a scanner, so you prefer to scan. And then we have the positive feedback, right? What do people like? So it's just things to make sure that are included in your lunchbox, right? Easy to clean, right? Yeah, that would be a benefit, a highlight that you maybe want to put in one of your lifestyle images. Good portion sizes, easy to use, so maybe make sure there's instructions there with it.
One
Going
of
down
the
here, what's
things
the
that
buyer's
jumped out to me is the
motivations?
bento
Yeah.
box. Like for those of you guys that aren't familiar, a bento box is like a Japanese style, like a lunch, and it doesn't have to be Japanese food, but it's like a
Mm.
trending thing. And usually those are like cold, but this could be interesting thing. And maybe this product could even do well in Japan because in Japan usually like people pack their lunches cold, right? But
Mm.
especially in the winter time, like certain schools, like my son's school here in Japan, they offer like a heating like thing that heats it up. But maybe this could be a solution, right? If you're, if
Right.
you're going to the park or something, that might be another, use case. I don't know, like in the usage scenario, like um, was there a lot of people like using it for like, bento or
Like
kids?
salad containers, snacks, portion control, using for salads or fruits. Um, we have up here, we got for their son, right? So
Yeah.
that's probably where it
Sun.
comes
Okay.
into
So
play.
sun was number
And
two,
then we
but
can always,
predominant. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I
And
see.
then we could
Interesting.
definitely click into this and do
Yeah.
deeper analysis,
Yeah.
sort by
And
just
maybe
bento
an
box or
interesting
sun.
niche, like depending on how big that market is, because I'm sure like most people are thinking of like, the driver or like, the Uber driver, et cetera. But maybe if there's not people, focusing on like the kids, heated bento box, you could, like niche this product down and you can try to dominate that niche rather than, go into the more
Yeah.
competitive category. So that might be, something more interesting. If we have more time, we could like dive deeper into that.
Yeah, yeah,
You,
100%.
you know
I was
about it.
doing, I was doing, I was doing that segmentation with a client recently on the 45,000 reviews. And so there is this topic filter, which we won't go into detail today because going through everything would take us a good 2 hours, three
Yes.
hours.
Yeah.
But on this topics filter, you can say, hey, I only want to see based on this graph uh, every single review based on sun. So if you know which customer avatar you want to go for, you can go
Mm,
ahead and select sun and click apply filter. but
Mm.
that'll take a minute or two to generate. So we won't do it on this call, but it does have a filter here where you can say, hey, generate this report based on sons and the usage scenario, maybe being bento
Yeah.
box, right?
Yeah. So you really can go into like sub niches, right?
Yep. Yeah, you got
Excellent.
it. You got it. And then you got buying motivation here, buyers motivations here listed in order of popularity, and then customer expectations here listed in order of popularity. Let's quickly go into the more insights. We did touch on this, but it gives us more insights into the occupation of the person this is being bought for and who the user is. And then we can see if there's any trends appearing from the reviews here. We can drag this back, see if there's any trends. I did this the other week on a yoga mat, and yoga mats are being used more frequently at home, where we could see on it was being more frequently used at home because of COVID. But now it's being more used at night. There's like these nighttime yoga sessions happening. So we could potentially see some trends going on where we may want to optimize our images, maybe to target that segment of audience. We get more insights into the relationship between the customers and the reviewer here. And then we can see where, when, and what,
Sorry,
just
the
in more detail.
relationship, when it says husband, does it mean like the husband is buying it or like the
It
wife
means
is buying it for the husband
it's
or
being bought for a husband. It's being
for a
bought for a
husband? I
husband.
see. I
Yeah,
see. Okay.
yeah, yeah. And then when you know it's primarily being bought for gift giving, well, let's make sure we have a lifestyle image or an image to do with, hey, this is a great gift.
Mm,
And maybe you might want to do the packaging right so that it's gift ready. If people are buying this
mm.
for a gift, make your packaging gift ready. Going back to the category insights, going over these other few tabs here, we have competitive analysis. Now, brands and agencies like to leverage this to see, okay, is our product being targeted or having the same issues rather and pros than our competitors here? So if we're having lid and seal issues, are our competitors also having lid and seal issues? Here we can see leakage, so most likely. Geobreeds problems, leakage, lid and seal issues there. And if so, you know it's not just yourself, right? But if it is just you, you probably want to do something pretty fast and act on that.
So
Is the
can
customer avatar
Shulex
the same?
can it can it analyze like multiple SKUs at once? Like I see there's four here and put them like head to head like this.
Yeah, so we're analyzing 13. So right now we can do four at a time. And all you have to do
Okay.
is if you want to compare
Oh,
your product
13.
with,
Okay, 13 is even better. Okay.
yeah, but
So
when it comes to the competitive analysis, it lines up four side by side and you can reselect the selection here. So if you don't like the competitors it's chosen to analyze your product against, you can go
cool.
ahead and select the different four here and then it's going to compare
Very
those
cool.
with each other.
Okay, this is gonna save a ton of time. I mean, I'm already
Yeah,
getting some ideas in my head right now.
yeah.
But yeah,
And
very cool.
then the very last thing I just want to cover today, before we wrap up, I guess, Gary, is this is the reviews tab. So you can do this on multiple different marketplaces: Japan, UK, Germany, USA, you name it. And then hitting this button is just going to download all the 2097 reviews here to an Excel spreadsheet, so that you can then upload it, mess around with it in your favorite ChatGPT program, Bard, you name it, whatever it is you like to use, and then have it generate images, marketing material, all that sort of lovely stuff. So that's what we're seeing a lot of agencies use that there for. Um, and then, yeah, it'll probably take another 30, 45 minutes to go through the keyword analysis, the social listening, the social media review analysis. But I'll let everyone else, if they're interested, jump into that and on the trial and just mess around with it. It's pretty
Yeah,
simple, straightforward to use.
yeah.
But yeah,
Can I ask a
that's it,
quick
Gary.
question? Talking about social listening, like if let's say
Mhm.
I want to see is this heated lunchbox? I mean, are they big on TikTok? Are they big on, Instagram? Is that what social listening does? It finds out like it tracks the external traffic.
Yep, yep. You got it. So it does it based on the comments, what's being mentioned in the description. So if you type in electric lunchbox, it's going to let you know which social media platform is getting the most mentions of electric lunchbox, and it will give you a graph so you can see, okay, is it TikTok? Where is YouTube on this graph? Where is Facebook? And you'll very easily be able to see where the majority of the traffic is coming from and which social platform it covers. X, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit and the news as of right now. So those six locations is the places it scans with more being added with time.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So that way, if you're doing like a launch, you can kind of reverse engineer like the external traffic, and you can, rather than, trying to test six different platforms, you can find out which ones are already working well to kind of, to
Yeah.
isolate that. Um,
Yep. And then find affiliates through it as well and find out where these affiliates are posting from. It gives
find
you a
what?
graphic. Find out where they're posting from, which countries are they predominantly in, these influencers that are
Mm,
getting the viral posts and talking about it. And then
okay.
you can open up their profile and
Talking about
contact them.
different countries, like which
Mhm.
countries does this support? Is it only US or like which international ones?
Oh, uh, you name it, over 13 marketplaces. Off the top of my head, all the main ones that sell in Japan, Australia, UK, Germany, USA, Mexico, Canada, uh, and again, more being added. But yeah, if you sell in Europe, it doesn't do Slovakia, it doesn't do Poland,
Okay,
but it does do all the main
that's
marketplaces.
cool. And um, for people that are curious, like I saw like there was the seller sprite tab open on your browser. Like, does Shulex sit on top of seller sprites data, or like how does that work?
No, so they are connected to one of their endpoints. They get some of the accuracy from there, but there's multiple different connections it has to get the data it has, the historical reviews, all that sort of stuff. Some of which it's built internally, and then
Mm,
some of it which, just like all the other software providers out there, they connect into different endpoints. Like such as Keeper, for example, which
mm.
is the majority of the tools that sellers are using today connect into that and turn the information, the data into
Excellent.
actionable insights.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. So if you guys want to check this out yourself, Sean is hooking up everyone from Seven Figure Seller Summit, our whole community, 7-day free trial, 20% off each month for up to 6 months. Just use the coupon code 7FSS20. The link and info is below in the description. All right. Thank you so much, Sean. Before we go, one
Thank
last
you.
question. I'm all about the 80/20 rule, right? So like, that one thing that is going to generate disproportional results for our audience, for e-com
Yeah.
sellers. Like if you put yourself in the audience's shoes, I know like, Shoelix, it has like dozens of different, like features and stuff. Like like if they, test this out themselves, what's like the big thing that's going to move the needle for them in their business?
Yeah, if you have a product that's got a lot of reviews, the negative review detector and removal assistant, that
Mm,
one for those. If you're a newer seller, then the review analysis to very quickly and easily understand your target avatar, customer avatar, and your audience. I'd say that kind of goes hand in hand with market insights. Both of those would be very beneficial for the seller, but I see
yeah.
more people wanting to use the review analysis,
Yeah.
and so I suggest that to newer sellers.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So whether you're an experienced seller or a new seller, I think there's a lot of benefits. All right. It's gonna save you a ton of time. All right. Thanks so much,
Yeah.
Sean. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you guys at the next session. Bye, everybody.
See ya.